Howdy and hello. Welcome to episode 8 of Inside the Rack, a not podcast for people who enjoy being able to store maximum bits per chip in the 90s before creating larger DIMM portaling in the glory of Northbridge and GPU offloading. Today, we recap the Alberta Provincials. Woo! As you totally recall, because everything is about me, I didn't want to go. I'm sure glad that I did though. The night before, I didn't have any booze because, gotta maintain hydration. Was the company poker. We do it every Friday, first Friday of the month. And yeah, I managed to win. It's been years since I won, so yay me. Usually I'm rather skunked at that point on the fetid potato. But there's no correlation between my having a good sense of brain and me winning. I will hear none of that. No correlation. And I was watching Forrest Gump on Paramount Network, and I think that they don't have anything other than Ink Masters. I don't know how they support themselves as a TV channel because they don't have real commercials. It's mind-blowing. It's just Ink Master and then Forrest Gump and some cleaning commercial for like another show they have. I don't understand. It's kind of a bad network. Anyways, I woke up for Provincials with a damn good sleep in me, and that's a good sign. Got a bagel, got a protein bar in me, brewed the coffee, out the door. And gas was cheaper, which was good when you have 7 hours of driving to do. And, I wasn't driving. The man Moo was driving, because he's my obedient potato slave, and for some reason he seems to enjoy going to my competitions and handling me. So we got to Evolve North in Edmonton, boo, yay Evolve, boo Edmonton, with 2 big cups of coffee in me. To say my tummy was in gastrointestinal distress is an understatement. No caffeine for more than a week, and then suddenly slamming 2 big ones. So we get in the door, the COVID check people at Evolve are like, howdy, can we see the thing? And I'm like, I have to poop really badly. And they laughed and just pointed towards the bathroom. I had enough control to actually show them the COVID thing before going in. But then I ran off, came back, and I'm like, I'm sorry. And they're like, no, it happens at competitions. We get it. So Bryce Crawfish, the greatest great daddy of all time, was at the check-in. He was the equipment checker and one of the judges for the day. Sadly, because it was a provincial meet, I had to wear my non-magic shirt. I expected that since I had to take off my Iron Throne shirt for regionals, so not that big of a deal. Just 80 pounds off my total. That's fine. Who needs a magic shirt? It's fine. But Brian is such a damn nice dude. Like, he's like looking it up. He's seeing if there's any way we could do it. And it's like, no. And that's fine because he was nice about it. So nice. Guy's great. Anywho. So we sat down for the weigh-in. And all the other 84 pluses are chilling. We, of course, get weighed last because we don't try to make weight. We just graze on the field outside until they're like, we're going to calibrate your hindquarters and see if you're heavy enough now to go to market. And hey, I made weight. I think it was like 105.5 or something. I'm pretty huge right now. I woke up today at 235 pounds, which is my new target weight. So, it's cold out. Anyways, the other 84s were just shooting the breeze. We were all just at Westerns, so nobody was really there caring about their totals. It was just like, let's get provincials done so we qualify for nationals. One of them even had a broken bicep. Unfortunately, her vax, it broke through the muscle, so it was like this giant bruise. It's not great. So she was extremely phoning it in. And by extreme, I mean still more than your average human could even remotely hope to try for. But yeah, compared to her good totals, it was like, yeah, she doesn't care. Empty bar, just get it done. And then the meet, it started on time for the first time ever. We started at 1. Weigh-in was at 11. Blah, 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 blah. And By we, I mean the lightweights in Flight A started. That's kind of the thing about being a heavyweight, is you were always in Flight B at the end. So they whipped through their order, and then we got onto Flight B. Enter the squats. My first lift was just a paltry 370. Just opening really small to get on the board, not get in my own head. And I nailed it. Set the course for the day. Felt good. Great start. Second lift was a way high 391. I felt it before they even red lit me, and that's fine. I'm already on the board. It's fine. The third lift, I took a bunch of time. I took all my training cues, and it was one of the ugliest comp squats I've ever done, but I got depth. Like, it was uglier than my 407. The red lights came from the center judge because they thought that the bar dipped as I was coming up. Like, you go down, and as you start going up, it goes like that a little bit. They can see it from the front. You can't see it from the sides. And that's how it felt to me. So it was a totally fair call. The two side judges, they saw depth. They didn't see it bounce. So they gave me the white lights. Either way, ended with a 391, and I will absolutely take it. That center judge, she was super nice. She was doing her job, and I appreciate that. We actually talked about that before my squats even was the dipping, and she said, yeah, she gets called on that too, but it happens. It's part of squatting. On to the bench. My arms felt really good because of the inner strength. Whoop. Inner strength product. Go buy your shit from there because they're actually good. And they care, and they're run by humans, not, I don't know, corporate evil. So I got those wrist wraps, and man, they help so much on my squat, keeping my wrists nice and straight instead of like flopping all over the place. So my arms felt great going into the bench from the squat. So I opened with a 242 that I'm pretty sure I could have done for a triple with all the caffeine and the sugar and the wrist wraps. Second attempt, I was going for a 253. I thought I was one lifter further down in the line. So I only had one of my wraps on, and I had to rush to get the other wrap on, and it got all wrong, and I didn't get it tightened properly, and I just didn't brace properly. I got pinned. I rushed the attempt. Look, volunteers, I love you, but if you're going to be the announcer, you need to announce who's on deck and who's in the hole properly, because honestly, that did screw me on that attempt. Okay. I got 253 on the third attempt, and I was hoping to microplate the provincial record, but not if I don't get my standard 253 on the second attempt. Given how it absolutely just flew up off my chest, it doesn't look like it in the video, but it felt like it. I could have hit that new PR if I didn't screw up my second lift. Oh well, matching my comp PR. Ooh, that's muffin. It's a real shame that you matched it. So one of the things that I always have to do for bench is in competition, since I know my lockout is uneven, I tell the person who's going to give the handoff, I'm like, no thank you, but just so you guys know, one arm is going to lock out way before the other arm. Don't save me unless I'm going to die. They turn around and look at the judges, and the judge is like, it's the same center judge lady. And she's like, yeah, don't touch it unless I say take the bar. So I finished my first lift, and the volunteer on my right side is like, oh, yeah, I see what you mean. So, yeah, they're volunteers at meets. If you actually talk to them instead of like they're adversarial, no, they're great people. They're having a good time too. So, squats are done. Bench is done. Now it's deadlift time. I'm in a great place. Just under my squat PR. Matching the bench PR. Deadlifts, they're my thing, so I'm happy. I am ready to go. I open with, I don't know, like a 470 or something. I've done it for doubles. It's like zero issue. It was like, yeah, I'll just pick this up and I'll leave the building. It's fine. And then I moved on to the real fun. Got a 496 for the fourth time in my life, the second time in competition. Lockout was pretty damn good, and my form didn't entirely suck. So I was smiling. I was happy this was happening. And then we hit the real reason I was there, the 500. Bars loaded for 507 pounds. I think that's 230 kilos. Ben opens up the ammonia in the back, take a nice deep whiff of it, and I lost all sense of reality, let out that war cry. There was a lot of attention from the next session, and I was the last lifter of this session. It was the last lift of this session. So everyone crowds into the viewing area, and they're watching whatever this beast mode is going to be. Start the lift, and it rocketed to my knees. Like, it was just floor, knees. Then just above the knee, it stopped. Like, negative, absolute zero, where all atomic motion ceases. That's what happened just above my knee. I'm told that it took 14 full seconds from my knees to actually getting my shoulders back to lockout. But I did it. Was it force of will? Was it a satanic pact? It doesn't matter. I got it. When it got down, the judges started immediately laughing and asking each other how it was possible that it didn't go down at all during the entire lift. Now, I'm known for my hitching. If you watch any of my practice videos, I hitch. I didn't hitch. I got it. I got a 507. That puts me... I'm happy. I'm happy. All in all, even though my squat was well under my best comp PR, I still managed an 1152 total, which is just under my 1157 best. For a competition where I didn't even want to be there, a new deadlift PR, it was a good day. Now I need to go out and buy materials to make curry and get a new bear calendar because I forgot that it's December and I have to write my new block out, which I'll explain in the next video. And it's going to be squats forever to depth squats. Squats to depth. This is important. Depth, squats, depth. That's what I'm doing. Hypertrophy forever. Shalom, my little monsters. It's hypertrophy season. Rower.